guys, thank you for joining me today. So I'm going to be talking about rising signs and how they relate to physical appearance. Do you guys like my makeup? So I did this look, this cranberry look, in one of my other videos. Alright, you guys, so for an Aries rising sign, they tend to be strong and angular. They have prominent chins, and actually my sister is an Aries rising, so she has a very prominent chin. We tease her and call it a butt chin because she has the little, the little chin dimple, so that's a prominent chin, but I think it's cute. Erica, no hates your chin. Like, I love you and I love your chin. Let's see, what else? They have fair or red hair. My sister doesn't have red hair. She doesn't have fair hair. She actually has dark raven black ass hair. So, I mean, obviously this is just for entertainment purposes. This isn't to be taken super, super seriously. It's for fun, guys. Like, don't take it too seriously. What else? They have a protruding arch of their brows. So what that means is basically just a very high arch in their eyebrows. Tan complexion. Let's see. They are of athletic They are of athletic build and average height. And then red, I definitely know this. Red is their favorite color. If red is not their favorite color, then at the very least they look good in it. So basically we pretty much covered Aries rising sign in terms of physical appearance. Let's move on to Taurus. Okay, so for Taurus rising, they are going to have a very beautiful face. And they're going to have harmonious features on their face. Meaning, basically, in a nutshell, they're going to have a beautiful face. My almost sister-in-law is a Taurus rising, and she's beautiful, so it makes sense. Let's see. Thick features. Yes, Taurus rising, usually I heard somewhere else, and under Taurus it says that they have super pretty, like, thick eyebrows. And the Taurus sun can also have this, because I used to have a friend and I used to have a crush on him, and one of my favorite things about him were his super thick eyebrows, so they got that going for them. Nose is rounded or turned up, hair is thick and shiny, and then the body is nicely proportioned. So that's pretty much it for Taurus rising in a nutshell. But there's a few more items to go over. So for Taurus rising, the entire physique is soft but strong. They tend to be very sturdy, I've noticed. Like, just sturdy, earthy. They tend to have good style. Their style is in good taste. Okay, so Taurus risings tend to look very good in green and brown colors. Earthy tone. They just tend to be very attractive people, and sometimes they're short. Most of the times they're short in height, but not all the time. So we're gonna move on to Gemini. Gemini rising, you're gonna have sparkly eyes, an overall youthful appearance and vibe. Expressive / mobile traits, because Mercury is their ruling planet. They're gonna have a slim build, average to tall height, They are going to have very long limbs, meaning arms. Their style tends to be controlled yet laid back. Their favorite colors are yellow and silver? Yes, yellow and silver. Alright, Gemini. That's it for you for now. Now we're moving on to Cancer. Cancer rising. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. That's me, bitch. I don't even need notes for this one, okay? Like, yeah. Anyway, so for Cancer risings, we tend to be gorgeous. What can I say? No, but in all honesty, like, I'm being a fool at that point. But not really. Actually, Cancer risings, in all honesty, do tend to be really pretty, from all the descriptions that I have read. So, but that's just like a superficial thing to say, but it is true. And a lot of the descriptions that I've read about Cancer rising physical appearance have always said that we're beautiful. Our faces are attractive. They're small, but attractive, in terms of our face. What else? We have voluptuous or curvy. Just basically all woman, if you want to say that. I mean, and even for the men tend to be very feminine, but not feminine looking, just pillowy, like soft. So Cancer risings, men and women, both tend to be soft and attractive. There's a lot of attractive rising signs. I'm not just saying Cancer rising. Like, obviously I said Taurus is too, and Aries is too. It just depends, okay? Like, everything in life. Cancer risings tend to put on weight when they get older. So when we get older, we tend to put on weight in our chin area, and we get top heavy, or we're top heavy already. Cancer risings tend to be very top heavy because we usually have big breasts. Our breasts are noticeable in some way, shape, or form. We tend to have a baby face. I definitely know that I have that going on. I have a baby face. I've always had a baby face. I always get told that I look way younger than I actually am. Yeah, it's weird, but it's also cool. I got away with using a youth bus pass until I turned like 23. I haven't tried it now since I'm 25, but I should probably. Cancer risings also tend to have moon-shaped faces, and we tend to be of average height, sometimes shorter than average. Also Cancer rising women, obviously the big breast thing, that relates to women. And for men, the Cancer rising men tend to be comfy looking. I think I already said that, sort of. We also tend to have lighter colored eyes and lighter colored hair. Oh, also Cancer risings tend to be very fair skinned. And yeah, so the moon is our ruling planet, you guys. So think about the moon. The moon is very light, luminous, and yeah, I think that's why we're fair. Obviously not every one of us are going to be fair, but it's just a general description again, guys. Moving on to Leo rising. A lot of astrologers say is that Leos also tend to be very attractive, just like Tauruses and Cancers, like more often than not. Handsome, you know, for the men, good looking, beautiful for the women, and their presence is commanding in a good way, very magnetic. The hair is a huge thing with Leo risings. Men and women, obviously, they tend to have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mane of hair. My boyfriend is a Leo rising, fun fact, and he has gorgeous hair. Definitely can see that with his Leo rising. They tend to have big eyes. like cats, you know, cats, lion. Leo is a lion. They're very tall, very strong looking. Magnetic vibe to them. They tend to have reddish hair or blonde hair, strawberry blonde, something like that. But honestly, I don't know. Take that or leave that one. But Leo risings look best in gold colors, yellows. I think that's mainly it. Gold and yellow. Leo rising style tends to be very flashy. And they tend to know what is in, what's trendy, but also what looks good on them. And they tend to rock whatever the fuck they wear. So they tend to have an outrageous style, but everybody admires them for it because it's in good taste. A little similar to Taurus rising, they have really good taste in style, but Leo rising, I tend to see, are a lot more daring than Taurus rising is with style. And just in general, fire sign, guys. Leo is a fire sign, so alright, if you didn't already know that. Alright, moving on to Virgo. Virgo rising. So for Virgo rising, Virgo risings tend to be also beautiful. All the signs are beautiful. They all have beautiful, unique characteristics. But specifically with Virgo rising, Virgo risings tend to be, they tend to have a youthful beauty. Like, who's a good example of a celebrity? Marion Cotillard. She's a French actress and she's so gorgeous. I would say she looks like a Virgo rising. She does have a Libra sun, so I'm not sure if that's at play with her looks. They tend to be pretty tall. They're similar to Gemini risings in that they have a very youthful appearance, like Gemini rising. And they also have sparkly eyes, and they tend to be very mobile with their gestures because they're fast. Because Mercury is also Virgo rising's ruling planet, or Virgo's ruling planet. And what else to say about their appearance? They tend to be a little bony, but not in a bad way. It's just, they have prominent, I think, cheekbones is what it is. They just basically look very clean and kept. And you could tell that they put a lot of effort into their appearance. Colors that Virgo risings look best in are earthy tones, like you guessed it, Taurus. We're done with Virgo rising. Now we're going to Libra rising appearance. Libra risings, I'm sure most of you know, are some of the most beautiful people out there, and they also have a harmonious face, just like Taurus rising, because Libra rising's ruling planet, or Libra sign, is Venus, and Venus is known for love and for beauty. So they tend to be very good looking, both men and women. Libra risings also tend to have like dimples. I have dimples, but I'm not a Libra rising, so they're very curvaceous because of Venus. The women are. The main thing is that they're beautiful in some way or another. Anyway, moving on to what else? Scorpio risings. Scorpio risings tend to be intense looking, I guess. I've heard that they're known for their piercing stare, their ability to make really serious eye contact. They look similar to Aries risings in the sense that they have strong bone structure, strong cheekbones, kind of bony-ish. Basically, they take after the Mars ruling planet, kind of. But they have two ruling planets. One is Mars and one is Pluto. So it's like a, think of an Aries, what I explained for the first rising sign, but with edge. It's like a darker version of Aries, basically. Tend to be more tan than they are light-skinned, but I could be wrong on that one. Scorpio risings tend to have just really beautiful eyes, but also very intense. Let me know if you guys know anything else in regards to Scorpio rising physical characteristics. So for Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius risings tend to be, I guess, they have big thighs from what I've heard. They tend to have a larger than life presence because of Jupiter being their ruling planet. They also tend to be pretty tall. The women are really pretty. There are so many Sagittarians that look so different, so I can't really say. They're just varied. There are no real like physical qualities to pinpoint them exactly. Like they're the centaur, so you gotta kind of think human slash horse. They're just strong. They look very strong. Oh yes, and high foreheads, very high foreheads. So a high forehead is a definite Sagittarian trait. There you go. Moving on to Capricorn rising. Fun fact, Ariana Grande is a Capricorn rising, guys. So as you can see with Ariana Grande, she has she's very small, she's very petite. And that's actually how most Capricorn risings, that's how their build is. It's very petite. They tend to be tan. So it's literally, since Capricorn is the opposite of Cancer rising, Capricorn risings tend to look very opposite to Cancer risings. Like me, I'm fair-skinned, Ariana Grande is tan. They tend to have like a bony structure, a bony bone structure. They tend to have very like opposite of Cancer rising. You know how I have chubby cheeks, chubby face basically. So Capricorn risings tend to not have baby faces. They actually tend to look a lot older than they are, but not in a bad way. They just look mature. They have a tan complexion and they have prominent cheekbones. They have a bony structure, a bony bone structure, and they tend to be really skinny or slim. In terms of height, they can be from average height to petite, like Ariana Grande. So I think that's it for Capricorn risings. Aquarius. Aquarius are fun. Just like Sagittarius rising, you can't pinpoint an Aquarius rising. There are various kinds of Aquarians. You can't pinpoint them. You can't pin them down, really. Aquarius risings tend to be very tall. Think Abraham Lincoln. They tend to have straight noses, but beautifully structured noses. They tend to have a gorgeous side profile. You know, like when you look into the side. They tend to be very handsome, the men, and the women actually tend to be very beautiful. I think that's all I have for Aquarius risings for physical appearance. Last but not least, you guys, Pisces rising. Oh my god, this is one of my favorite rising signs ever. Okay, so for Pisces rising sign, Pisces rising signs, in terms of physical appearance, tend to be short in stature or petite, and they tend to be exotic and beautiful and mysterious. They have a mysterious air about them. They're another one that you can't really pin down. What I can say about Pisces risings are they have wavy hair. They tend to have wavy hair. What else? And Pisces rising women tend to be very curvaceous. Pisces rising, they're a hard one to pinpoint in terms of physicality. Alright, that is all that I have for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment below. Definitely subscribe to my channel, guys. I make videos every week. And also, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I make a new video. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting my channel.